Things that disprove the Bible, Testicles edition. The male testicles, when looked at between whether the Bible or the creation story is literally true as well as there is free will, the male testicles cause a problem with the narrative of both of these coexisting. You start with this with, when did God create the male testicles? If we start with that he created them on Adam and Eve from the very beginning, the question is why? Because if Adam originally was not going to have a helpmate and it was Adam's choice to choose to have a helpmate, did he create the testicles for the rest of the animals, that he was to look at all the animals and find that he could not find anything comforting? If it wasn't for the animals, then who would it have been for? Unless God preemptively created the testicles already knowing what Adam's choice was going to be, so it was designed into what it was that he was going to want. Then if we say, well, maybe the testicles were created after Adam decided that he wanted a helpmate and that Eve was created from the rib, then the testicles were created at that point. We still have a problem, because now we either have that there's going to be carnal knowledge or that there's going to be carnal compellment, or there's not going to be. And either way, we still have a problem, because if there is not going to be carnal compellment, we wouldn't have any offspring and there wouldn't be a need for the testicles to start with. So why would God put them on the human unless, again, he already pre-designed the human and planning on it to fail and planning on getting kicked out of the garden? Let's say that it was the case that they were supposed to procreate and that it wasn't necessarily carnal knowledge, but they were supposed to procreate. If they were going to procreate, the limited space of the garden would have caused a problem, especially if they were supposed to live forever before they committed sin, because then we would have had multiple children. There would have had an exponential runaway because no one dies, so procreating would have overpopulated the garden immediately. It would have been very quickly. So the problem is, it seems that God would have had to have assumed in advance when he created the testicles that Adam was going to make the mistake, that he was going to create the sin. This means that God would have created Adam knowing that it was going to fail and that he was going to be kicked out of the garden. In fact, designed him for this purpose, designed him in that way. This isn't free will. This is preemptive design, that he knows that you're already going to fail. That means it's not even failure. That means that's what God intended when he designed the man.